man definitely has a... I'm so tired I'm starting to sound a little drunk. But I'm not, I swear. Wish I was though. Hello, my Panda pals, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm gonna recap what happened on The Other Way, Season 6, Episode 14. Not a lot happened in this one, but Josh did a very good job at pissing me off, so everyone gather around and I'll tell you about it. Let's check in with Sarper and Shekinah. Sarper going to therapy and destroying all of his super gross sex trophies has shown Shekinah that he is willing to put in the effort to make this relationship work. So she's finally decided to come back home. Sarper is over the moon, and he tells her that he really wants her to break this cycle of constantly packing and unpacking and packing and then unpacking.
I don't want you to see you always unpacking, packing, unpacking. Just unpack once and stay here forever.
And Shekinah's like, yeah, same. This shit is exhausting, so please stop f***ing up. She then asks him how he felt after their first therapy appointment, and he's like, oh my god, I feel great. Therapy really works, babe. I am a changed man.
It helped you understand?
Yeah, it started, okay? I changed. Therapy works,
Really?
you know? Mm-hmm.
And Shekinah looks at him and she's like, you do know that therapy is not a one-time thing, right? Like, you need to go back. Sarper nods his head like he definitely knew this, but he definitely did not know this. However, that does not stop him from telling her that he's already scheduled his next therapy appointment. And Shekinah is starting to smell the poop and she's like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, babe, I mean it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow. He cannot lie for his shit. Like, that was pretty bad. Shekinah's like, if you made the appointment, why wouldn't you tell me about it? And Sarper's like, oh, because the therapy is just for me, babe. I'm the only one who needs to know about it. And let's be honest, the therapy is really for Shekinah. You being able to deal with your inner demons is just a fringe benefit. Sarper has a huge praise kink, so it does not make sense that he did not rush to tell her about this with his tongue out and tail a wagging.
I really don't believe him. Anytime that Sarper feels like he's done something good, he can't wait to tell me. But he didn't tell me that he made this appointment.
Shekinah asks him again if he made that appointment, and Sarper comes clean, and he's like, no. And she's like, wow, now you're lying to me? And Sarper tells her that it is not that big of a deal.
Okay, now we have a whole different problem. Now you're lying to me.
It's a white lie, yeah. It's nothing important. It's small.
A lie is a lie.
Then he tells us that he saw so much hope in her eyes when she brought up the whole therapy thing that he didn't want to disappoint her. So he thought he could just say that he did and then go on to book the appointment later.
I saw on her face that hopeful look, and I thought that it was in a moment that I can say a pink lie.
Or you could have just said, I haven't yet, I'm gonna later today, and I'll let you know as soon as I do. Shekinah will still keep that hope in her eyes, you will still get that pat on your head, and nobody had to tell a lie of any kind of color. Sarper gets super upset, and he tells her that their relationship cannot forever be her scolding him about something and then him feeling sorry about it. And Shekinah looks at him, and she is like, excuse me?
You are like an olive oil, you know? When mixed with the water, always be on top.
Oh, no, bro. You are like shit in a toilet. When you mix with water, you keep sinking to the bottom. Sarper then criticizes her, saying that she's putting way too much pressure on him and she has to stop. And she tells him that all she's doing is calling him out on his bullshit.
I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just not letting you get away with stuff. You're not used to being held accountable. That's the problem here.
Ooh, yeah, girl. Keep that energy. Call him out on his bullshit. Hold him accountable. Like, go Shekinah, go Shekinah, go Shekinah. Sarper tries to get back into her good graces by taking her to a photo studio where they get to dress up in traditional Turkish outfits. Sarper hops out dressed as a sultan of the Ottoman Empire, and Shekinah comes out dressed as one of his many sultanas.
What is a sultan? What do they do?
They command me.
Oh, they command?
Yes.
Perfect for you.
I like that out of all of the sultan's responsibilities, he chose commanding. Like, the man definitely has an unhealthy obsession with being in control.
Would you look here, please?
The two have a great time playing model, and Sarper tells her that he just wanted to give her an amazing day, and he reassures her that despite their relationship being a roller coaster from actual hell, he is doing his best to get better. And he goes on to say that because he's putting in all of this work to improve himself, he has one simple request to help her improve herself.
You know, you are so possessive, right? About me, about everything.
Well, of
right?
course. I think it's better than being jealous.
He tells her that while she was gone, he was ultra faithful, and it would be nice if she could just kind of tone her down a little. Sarper says that he is trying, but the only way for him to keep getting better is if she shows him that she trusts him 100%.
Even if you find a girl, real girl in the closet, you have to trust me.
How about no? If she finds a woman in your closet, she doesn't need to 100% trust you. That is a ridiculous request. I cannot believe he said those words out loud. Despite this foolishness, things seem to have ended on good terms with them. Let's talk about Corona and Ingy. Ingy takes Corona out for her very first cold plunge. Now, if you've never heard of a cold plunge before, it's where you plunge into water that is cold.
Today, I think the ocean is like -4 Celsius. So yeah, Corona might die here today.
Ingy strolls right in, and Corona prances in, but then she's like, woo, fuck this, and she runs right out, and she tells him never to ask her to do that ever again.
No. That was a thing to make me do. Don't ever ask me again. I'm not sure if I love you anymore.
They transition to a hot tub, which is way more Corona speed, and Ingy asks how her visit to the university went. And Corona starts to paint a very dark and very cloudy picture for him. She's like, I might not be able to start for another 2 years, and that's if I learn the language really well, and I do not know it at all right now. And if I start to get moody, then you're gonna start to get moody, and then we're both just gonna be really moody. And Ingy's like, oh, whoa, you are really not good at being optimistic, are you?
Ultimately, I just worry that like all this would affect my mood in a way that would start to affect your mood in our relationship.
Yeah, you're painting a pretty dark reality here.
He tries to suggest that she do other work in the meantime as a nurse, and she's like, yeah, I guess I'm qualified to do that, but that's not my dream.
I can do other nurse stuff, sure.
Yeah.
But that's not in my field, and that's not like my passion. That's not what I've busted my ass for.
Listen, I get it. I really do. You work your ass off for a dream, and sometimes shit happens, or in your case, you make a really stupid decision, and it puts you in a position where you have to pivot. And sure, being a nurse is not the same as being a midwife, but you know what? It's a job. And it's a job where you can learn the language in the context of a medical field. That is like the best case scenario for you for a career pivot. Ingy says that sometimes this kind of stuff is just part of the journey and she needs to be patient. And Corona stresses that she's been waiting for this journey to start for a very long time.
I also feel like I've been waiting for this for so long already. Like, it's not like I got in the first time I applied. It took me years to get in. I think I'm running out of patience.
So Corona's clearly unhappy with all of Ingy's attempts to try to make her feel better, and that's because she actually wants a very specific response. She doesn't want him to try to get her to see the positives, she doesn't want him to silver line things, she wants him to help her come up with a game plan to fix the life that she messed up.
I don't need him to just tell me everything is gonna be okay. I need him to tell me how it's gonna be okay. What plans can we make? What can we do?
Babe, that is a you thing. How did any of this become his responsibility? If you need a game plan for your life, then you need to come up with it. Give the man something to work with, you know? Like, tell him that you signed up for language learning classes at the university and that it would be great if he supported you by speaking to you mostly in Icelandic. That is how your partner helps you and supports you in reaching your goals. You can't be mad at him for not pulling out his laptop and looking up those classes for you. When it comes to your life, you are the project manager. He is just the assistant. Let's check in with Josh and Lily. Josh's brother Jared is coming into China to hang out with them for a few days before the wedding. Josh cannot wait because the two of them have a great relationship. And to be honest, Josh is probably super lonely not being able to have any kind of substantial conversation while he's in China because he refuses to learn the goddamn language. Lily is also excited to see Jared because she often confides in him for relationship advice. Jared arrives and they take him on the grand tour of the house, and Jared is super impressed. He tells us that he thinks Josh hit the absolute jackpot, finding a woman like Lily who would not only bring him to China into this huge house, but also completely financially take care of him.
I feel like Josh has found a secret recipe. It seems like a pretty good situation for him.
It's so funny that his brother's like, wow, 1,000,000 dudes would kill to be in his spot. And all Josh has done is tell Lily that he does not feel loved enough by her and also has not shown her an ounce of gratitude for everything that she's done for him. The two men sit down to take a break after moving a humongous mattress up a million flights of stairs, and Jared asks Josh how things have been going with Lily. Josh tells him that they've been having the same argument about money over and over again. She tells him how much money she spends on him, and then he says if she loved him, she would stop saying that because it hurts his feelings, and then him saying that hurts her feelings. Jared asks him if he genuinely thinks Lily is just rubbing it in his face, or if it could possibly be something getting lost in translation.
Do you think she's making those comments to remind you you're not contributing so you don't get a say? Or do you think it's just maybe a language barrier?
Josh says it is entirely a Lily problem. It is the way she communicates because she is too straightforward. I would rub salt in all of this man's wounds. I cannot believe that he is blaming their communication issues entirely on her. Like, sir, she's doing the best that she can with what English she knows, okay? She doesn't currently have the vocabulary to be able to tell you, you are a deeply insecure man who craves constant reassurance that he is loved. So I tell you how much money I spend on you so that I can convey the extent of how much I love you in the only way I know how. Like, she can't do that yet, okay? All she can do is, I real love you, I spend big money on you. Cut her some fucking slack, okay? Because it's way better than whatever you would be able to do in Chinese. Jared asks him if he's worried about things not working out, and Josh says he doesn't really know. He can't tell if this relationship is gonna grow or just constantly be stuck in this endless cycle of unintentionally offending each other. They all head out to go eat at a Chinese night market.
Street food?
Chinese snake. Snack.
On the drive there, Lily decides to make things super awkward, and she asks Jared if he thinks she loves Josh for real. And obviously Jared is like, yeah. And then Lily is like, that is weird, because Josh thinks that I do not love him at all.
Sometimes I think Lily don't in love with him.
First night taking my brother out to China. You want to talk about it?
Lily, come on! I was rooting for you! We were all rooting for you! Please do not give this man any more ammunition to play the victim. Josh is like, you really want to bring this up right now? And Lily defends her actions by saying that she felt completely helpless. She did not know what else to do, so she figured she might as well ask Jared for some advice. Totally valid, but maybe you don't ask him on your way to this really cool and fun place where you're about to eat some amazing food and have a good time. You know, like, maybe we wait until you get home, or better yet, just wait until tomorrow. Lily continues to explain that last night the two of them got into an argument because they went out to dinner and Josh would not get off his phone and stop texting. So when she asked who he was texting, he apparently whipped his phone away from the table so that she could not see. Josh argues, saying that he was texting his family, but Lily was mad at him regardless and wouldn't talk to him, so he was like, okay, well, if you're gonna ignore me, then I'll just keep texting. And so he does. And Lily gets super pissed off and she actually leaves the table. Jared hears all of this and he's like, okay, so Josh, it sounds like Lily was upset. And then Josh cuts him off and he's like, yeah, she gets upset. She gets upset a lot. She gets upset real easy. And then Lily tries to bring up the cost of dinner again and Josh goes off.
I know you love telling me how much money you spend.
No.
That's all you talk about. Money. Money.
Okay.
Josh is pissed off because she's still bringing up money despite him telling her how much it makes him feel like a burden and like a worthless pile of crap.
It is incredibly frustrating. So no matter how many times I tell her how it makes me feel like a burden, she's still bringing it up, and it needs to stop.
He then tells her that she is always creating problems out of nothing and sabotaging their relationship.
You always create arguments. You sabotage our relationship.
Honestly, I think you're doing a pretty bang-up job of that all by yourself. I think Lily should leave you and find her a man who does not suffer from a crippling inferiority complex. I personally really do not think that Lily is mentioning all this money as a way of shaming him or rubbing it in his face. I think that she's genuinely trying to show him how much she loves him by showing him how much money she's willing to spend on him. Plus, I think she also kind of wants him to show that he appreciates it, because it's not easy being the sole breadwinner. Like, if I were Josh, I would be telling Lily that I'm so grateful that she takes such good care of me and she's so generous despite me not being able to reciprocate in the same magnitude. and then I would cook and clean and learn her goddamn language to show her that I'm doing what I can to pull my own weight in the relationship. I can guarantee you that Josh has done absolutely nothing to help Lily in the relationship since he arrived to China. You want to know how I know? Because anytime they fight about this, Josh's argument is, shut up, you're hurting my feelings, and not, but look at all of the things I'm doing to make up for it. He's done nothing. He's done nothing. That's why he can't actually say that he's done anything, because he hasn't done anything.
We're stuck in the same situation, the same arguments, the same feelings. And I wonder, are they ever going to get resolved?
Not if you keep wearing your ass as a hat. Josh hits peak form tonight in being a douchebag, and he pats Lily on the shoulders and tells her that she did a great job ruining Jared's night.
But I do thank you for ruining Jared's night tonight, sweetie.
Jared's face says it all. This is definitely a when the problem asks what the problem is situation. Let's check in with Statler and Dempsey. Dempsey stares out into the water, contemplating throwing Statler overboard, but before she can come to a decision, they finally dock in France. They are back on the road and Statler's calmed down, and she tries to tell Dempsey again that when her anxiety is through the roof, she really needs to be left alone, and Dempsey needs to be okay with that.
Maybe not the time to come and try to talk to me and figure it out. And I need, you to not be offended by it.
Dempsey's like, I get it, but if you are mean to me, I am going to get offended. Also, you being in a shitty mood doesn't make it okay for you to be shitty to me.
I've had anxiety my entire life. I've tried multiple therapists. I've tried multiple medications. I don't have it figured out.
Dempsey is really starting to regret the decision to simultaneously live and travel with Statler because her frenetic energy is really not her vibe.
I feel really, really guilty to say it, but dealing with somebody with such high anxiety is really, really hard.
Statler tells her that she got really scared on the boat when Dempsey said she did not know if she could be with someone like her. So she asks her if she promises to keep on working on keeping it under control and being kinder when she's spiraling, would Dempsey be willing to accept her, anxiety and all? And Dempsey says that she's not sure. It is one thing if Statler could tell her that she's about to lose it, so she knows to give her space, but Statler can't because she can't even recognize it when she's about to break.
I want to be there for you, but I don't want to be there for you when you're being rude.
Yeah, and that's understandable.
Statler apologizes for not having her shit together more, and she says that she doesn't want Dempsey to give up on her because she's willing to put in the work to make this relationship thrive. Dempsey eventually apologizes for trying to talk to her in the middle of a panic attack, and just like that, the girls are holding hands, they are smiling, and everything is hunky-dory again. Statler is relieved that Dempsey bounces back so quickly from an argument, but she really does need Dempsey to understand that her anxiety is never gonna go away, and she has to be more patient or else the relationship is never gonna work.
I need someone who is going to be able to handle my panic attacks. I need her to be supportive in such a different way, or else this isn't gonna work out.
Someone in this relationship has got to put their big girl pants on and do a fucking Google search. Cause Dempsey's over here like, oh my god, I wanna help, I just need to know what to do. And Statler's like, I don't know how you can help me cause I don't know when I'm about to blow. But if you literally Google what to do when someone is having a panic attack, it tells you what to do. So boo on both of them. The two are walking around Paris, and I love that Statler is just walking around with a whole ass baguette in her hand. I would be doing the same. I would 100% be nomming on a whole ass baguette, and I would not share. The two sit for a caricature drawing, and this man has to sit through their awkward conversation where Statler is like, so Demps, what's your end goal with me? And she's like, oh, you know, just to get married despite all of our glaring issues. And Statler is genuinely a little surprised to hear this, and Dempsey says that they haven't come across something they couldn't get through together yet, so yeah, she's probably looking at a year until they get engaged and then another year after that to get married. The fact that she's saying with what seems to be wholehearted sincerity that she would marry Statler if she asked her to, when just, I don't know, like 5 hours ago, their relationship almost ended, that is wild to me. Dempsey clarifies she's not ready to put any concrete plans into place, but again, every hard thing that they've gone through, they have worked through together. And girly, no you have not. Has Statler stopped being mean to you in the middle of a panic attack? Do you know what to do when she starts to spiral? Have you found a stable source of income? No? Then you actually have worked through none of your issues. hope this helps. The two joke around, they chuckle, and Dempsey's just like, ha ha ha, this is why I love you. You make me laugh so much. And Statler's like, are you sure about that? And Dempsey's like, yes, I love you. And Statler's like, yeah, I love you too. And Dempsey's like, oh, I love you because you love me.
Okay. I love you. I love you even though you're making me sit through this drawing.
And I love you more for sitting with me through this drawing.
And I don't know, but this feels weird. Dempsey is saying I love you way too much. Almost like she's saying it so that she can try to convince herself that she actually does. Their caricature drawing is revealed, and oh my god, just look at it.
Oh no, oh no. That's beautiful. It's so good. Wow, those teeth are I appreciate that, thank you.
Damn, this artist did him real dirty. I mean, that means he did his job well, but you really cannot go to a caricature artist hoping to leave feeling better about yourself. And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed the ride, and if you like this video, please go ahead and click that subscribe button, give this video a big fat thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this episode. Like, do you think Lily is rubbing the money in Josh's face, or do you think she's genuinely just trying to show him how much she loves him? Anyway, I hope to see you guys for the next one, and as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!